Well, now we come to the News Award, and this is for a single short news report that covers current affairs in a developing country. Let's see the nominees.
Ebola, the body collectors, Sky News.
Ebola claims another victim. That wailing's the sound not just of grief, but a community which knows it now has the virus amongst them, and they're all at risk. The body retrieval workers need a police escort. Their job is not a popular one. Mark's the head of Team 3, and you sense his frustration.
It happens every day. There's no day come that people don't die in a house. Every day, every blessing day.
And all his team tracking down the Ebola dead know every time they find someone like this, a victim who suffered in secret, it increases the chance of the virus spreading.
The human cost of the Qatari World Cup, BBC Two.
18-year-old Krishna tells me he hates where he lives and invites me to come and take a look, so long as we use a small camera so as not to get him into trouble. In the camp, where Krishna is the youngest, there's a communal kitchen where some 30 men take turns, and a foul-smelling washroom with 1 shower and 3 toilets. 8 men share a squalid room. They tell me there's no outlet for grievances. Trade unions are not allowed, and workers who go on strike are threatened with deportation.
The desperate struggle to save Iraq's Yazidis, ITN for ITV News.
After giving them food, the crew picked out a handful of people to take off this mountain. These were hard choices. And eventually it was too much for the pilot, who changed his mind. He would not countenance leaving any of them behind, and so they all rushed on board. Sadly, the first takeoff attempt failed. We were too heavy. 5 had to get off. The young men were the obvious choice. An older man said a stoic farewell to his family and went down the ramp.
Her favourite voice from Radio 4, I must confess, I am a Radio 4 addict. I've met Susan Ray, the gorgeous Scots-voiced announcer, but I've never met Neil Nunes, and I always wonder what they actually look like. So here to find out, here's Neil Nunes.
Good evening, everyone. It is a great honor.
Yeah, it's him.
It's a great honor to be here. Thank you so much, One World. I do actually spend quite a significant portion of my life in world news reading at the BBC World Service. And what never ceases to amaze me is we're told in this industry, are we not, that news is local. People are primarily concerned with what matters most to them. And then you have journalists who are able to take a foreign story and tell it in such a compelling fashion that they bring it home to us in a powerful way. And this always amazes me. And we could see that here in the 3 nominations that we have on screen. So I want to say congratulations to each of the nominees tonight. And so the winner of the News Award is the desperate struggle to save Iraq's Yazidis.
Thank you very much. It's easy, I think, sometimes to be cynical or even comical about the role of the foreign correspondent these days, but I think it's important to state that it's still, I think, a noble and important cause, and to bring stories like that, and indeed the Ebola story, into millions of homes and raise awareness of the issues is still an important and noble cause, as reflected recently in the DEC appeal for the Nepal earthquake, for which the powerful news reports from all channels were important in raising awareness and driving the fundraising to help improve people's lives affected by that disaster. I'd also like to praise Toby, our cameraman. Unfortunately, John can't be here tonight, but Toby is. Talking about new technology that John referred to a few minutes ago, Toby cut and edited that piece in half an hour, 40 minutes. Don't think he used an app to transmit it, but it was an incredible feat. It was skillful, and it just reaffirms for me that there is still a place, even though there's a world and a sea of content on the internet, unverified, verified material available on social media and so forth. There is still a place for skilled television journalists and camera operators, independent, trained, and brilliant at what they do, and they still do a very important job. So thank you very much.
I'll keep this brief. I know it's been going on a bit. I just want to say that I know that we all like to think that we make a real difference in what we do. We'd like to think that we do. But the people that tend to make the real difference, they never get to come here. And one of those is a guy called Majid Ansor, who was one of the pilots flying those choppers up to Sinjar Mountain. And the day after, we were at the helicopter base again when news came through that one of the choppers had crashed. And Majid was flying it, and he died in that accident. So as far as I'm concerned, Majid, this is for you. Cheers. Thank you.